It's time now for our game preview presented by Ticketmaster here with head coach Kevin Stefanski. Kevin, back from Seattle, tough loss, but how has the team responded to that game?
Yeah, very tough, but all of them are tough. And what we try to do is we try to learn from them and not bring them with us. Just like a win, you can't bring a win with you. You can't let that affect your next game. So certainly you want to learn from it, but I've felt the focus from the guys really from the beginning of this week.
Offensively, it looked like that run game still strong. Pierre Strong, no pun intended, was there. How have you seen the running backs kind of answer the depth and answer the call when you need them to perform?
I think it's a really good group, Cam. I like all three of those guys. I think there's versatility to what they do. Obviously, some of the guys are better at this run or that run, so it's our job to really accentuate their skill set. But really pleased with Jerome, Kareem, and Pierre. Pierre made some plays in that game where you really saw his speed.
You guys talk about taking care of the ball. Another game where those turnovers did not benefit you guys. How do you approach this week knowing you didn't get what you wanted out of your team last week?
Yeah, very frustrating. Leading the league in giveaways is no way to try to win, especially on the road like last week. So we will continue to preach and work and stress the importance of taking care of the ball. Ultimately, it comes down to technique and whether that technique is with physically and how you carry the ball or decision making, all those type of things. And then on the other side, just getting the ball. So it's something that we constantly stress. It's something that we work every single day in practice, and we'll continue to do that.
All right, back here in Cleveland, home crowd, but maybe some colder weather. How are you guys preparing for the winter weather that we're feeling right now?
Yeah, we're ready. It's Cleveland. Down on that lake, we know you can get every type of climate known to man, and I think we've seen it so far this season. So we'll take wind, we'll take rain, we'll take snow eventually. That's part of our advantage.
All right, Cardinals coming to town. 1-17, but how do you not let yourself get too far ahead of that, seeing their schedule and not let that get too complacent?
I think you just look at the tape, and I think you see a really talented football team. They've been in every single game that they've played, so we know that. And really, when you watch the tape and you see the talent that they have, you see the schemes that they're running, they have our attention.
Their run game is 4th ranked in the NFL. You guys are 2nd. How is that defense looking to maybe shore up that run defense and answer the call against the Cardinals?
Well, they're gonna be committed to that. We understand that, and they have some really good offensive linemen, some good tight ends, good backs. Schematically, what they do, it can be a challenge to the defense. So we've worked very, very hard this week to prepare ourselves for this type of attack. But I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a challenge.
2 quarterbacks potentially playing for them. Do you have 2 game plans, or is it one game plan that caters to both? How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, I'd say it's more one game plan that caters to both. I think you have to understand who the quarterbacks are and what their strengths are. Obviously, Kyler Murray is a great football player. We know how dynamic he is. He's a playmaker. He can run it all. With the young kid with Tune, there's less of known, but he's got a lot of tape from his Houston college days. He has preseason tape that we've spent a lot of time with. So it's our job as coaches really to understand those 2 players and understand once the game starts who's in there and adjust accordingly.
The Cardinals have a lot of rookies. Who stands out to you as someone that you have to focus on without as much tape as maybe some of their other guys?
They're all a challenge. I think the young wide receiver they have, Wilson, has a ton of size, which when you pair him with Hollywood Brown and Rondell Moore, he's somebody that certainly gets your attention. I think across the front, I've just been really impressed with how many guys they play. I think there's stats, something like 11 guys have at least 1 sack, and that's true to just how they're playing this game. It's an impressive group.
With those in mind, how does this offensive line and taking care of that ball come into play when you know that they're able to find that quarterback and get in there?
Yeah, it's really important. This team's, they're all different challenges. This challenge is unique in that they can line up everywhere. You're going to see them moving around in different fronts, have defensive backs lined up on the line of scrimmage, have defensive linemen moving around. So identification and communication are absolutely critical when you're defending this team.
I know you guys don't like to look at the outside noise or anything like that, but the Cardinals have your guys' number 5 games in a row. How do you break that streak?
Yeah, just worry about this one. I can't go back and worry about the previous ones, but we're really focused on Sunday, and we're excited about it.
And with your uncertainty at quarterback, right? How are you guys mentally prepared? You've had a couple weeks like this. How do you guys feel that you are prepared for the Cardinals, knowing that it could be Deshaun, could be PJ?
That's part of the NFL as guys work through injuries, and that's something that we've obviously done here in the past at different positions, not just quarterback. So it's our job to get our players ready, and it's the players' job to be ready, whether they get called upon right away or in the middle of a game.
And you guys are dealing with a lot of injuries, right? But have you seen your guys kind of respond to that and think, I can play through this. I can get out there.
I've been so impressed with our guys playing through. I think of Jed Wills in this last game. battled out there. So it's part of it. It's part of the process of playing. Maybe not if you're 100%, but certainly up front in the trenches, these guys are really pressing to play.
All right, good luck on Sunday. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Cam.